And first tonight, yes, caring for the carers, the people who help the most vulnerable stay in their own homes. Many workers, though, don't earn the legal minimum wage, and that's because of unpaid travel time. So now a carer from Nottinghamshire has set up a support group that's attracting members from as far afield as Wales. Rachel Kelso hopes it'll encourage more people to choose caring as a skilled career. And her employers, well, they're right behind her. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Here's your glass.
David's been bedbound with Parkinson's for the last 4 years. Tracy and Nicola are his lifeline.
Fantastic.
David lives alone here at his flat in West Bridgford. Without their support, he'd need to move to a care home.
It's total difference because I couldn't manage here without them. I couldn't now because I can't get up on my legs. Walk into my kitchen and cook a meal, which you did used to do.
David gets 4 of these half-hour visits every day, but now Nicola and Tracy and several other carers are supporting each other too, to deal with everything from coping with medical emergencies to every domiciliary carer's bugbear.
Travel. You reach the stage where there's nothing you can do about it. I had 5 minutes to get to the call. It took me over 15 minutes.
Trying to get to someone knowing that they need you, it's really difficult. Nottingham is getting very bad for traffic, getting very bad for roadworks.
I think people see carers as making a cup of tea and having a chat, and it's so far from that. We give medication, we check skin integrity, we ensure that the client is well and healthy, and if they're not, we act on that.
So now they've all signed up to the new Home Care Workers Group, along with online members from as far afield as Devon and Wales.
You know, you leave a note to say put the laundry on and take it out.
It's been set up by Rachel Kelso, who hopes it'll also help them challenge exploitation within the industry.
So many years now.
10 to 13% of domiciliary care workers, that's home care workers, are not paid for their travel time, and to the effect of being illegally paid under the national minimum wage. It's a huge problem. It is exploitation. The government's talking about opening up career pathways for care workers. Lovely. But let's look at unpaid travel time. Let's look at that basic hourly rate, and let's look at insecure contracts.
So it's all documented all in here.
But the Home Care Workers Group is backed by Rachel's boss. She hopes it can protect responsible care firms from competitors that cut corners.
We need to support our carers to give them the fighting chance to do a really good job, and we want the home care workers to feel supported, treated like any other healthcare professional. And there's so many bad stories, but the good stories are that people live at home.
What would you like on?
People like David, who rely on these visits for so much more than their meals and personal care. It's about their independence and living life to the full.
David Waite from West Bridgford with his music there. Jeremy's with me here in the studio. I mean, as you could say, couldn't you, that home caring is a job that's a bit out of sight, but it affects so many people.
It does, and numbers rising fast because of our ageing population. I mean, staggering numbers, really. Well over 500,000 people work as personal carers in people's homes in this country. Now that, of course, is helping to take pressure off the health service. It's helping to take pressure off residential care as well. But, you know, while Sarah's firm had a good inspection rating, standards really can vary. And that includes big variations in the way those carers are paid too.
Let's talk about this travel at the moment, because it is quite a big issue.
Yeah, I mean, the law says you should actually get paid for travel between different workplaces. Now, the problem is that if you aren't given enough time, then the rates that some care firms pay essentially takes people below the minimum wage rate. And the union Unison's done a big survey on this, which suggested that something like 3/4 of home carers aren't paid properly for travel time. And that's leaving some people hundreds of pounds a month out of pocket.
Is anything being done to help them?
Yeah, one very big change this week for all low-paid workers. The government has increased the national living wage here up to £11.44. That's up from £10.42 for anyone over 21 years old. Increases as well for younger workers, the national minimum wage up to £8.60 for 18 to 20-year-olds, up to £6.40 for 16 to 17-year-olds as well. I mean, I think the big question is is that going to cover the cost of rising prices? The Living Wage Foundation doesn't think so. They say people need at least £12 an hour if they're outside London. And they also say that if you're in the East Midlands, you're more likely to be paid below that rate than almost anywhere else in the country.